At the beginning of 2020, I made a video pointing out the 5 most wanted Jump Force characters for a possible Season 2. I also had Shoto Todoroki as an honorable mention. During that time, people thought I was crazy for even suggesting that another My Hero Academia character could possibly join the roster. Well, in this video, I'll be talking about 6 popular characters that will not be in Jump Force Season 3. Next. Ayo guys, your favorite Kage, Enigma Kage, bringing you yet another video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you stick around, watch a few of my videos, and hey, maybe you'll subscribe today. So check it. Jump Force Season 3 is still a mystery to most folks. Despite me pointing out the evidence leading to Season 3, people rather troll me and tell me I was wrong. Well, guess what? Spike Chunsoft has updated patch 25 as of 13 hours ago of filming this video. So something's in that patch 25. This is post-journal patch that we don't know of. Is it Season 3 content or is it new outfits? I don't know. But we know something big is coming after Giorno. But guys, Giorno was dropped this about a week or two ago from this video. There's no way Season 3 was going to be announced fully within a week apart. Now, I was hoping for a teaser, but we didn't get that. However, that's not stopping YouTubers from promoting XYZ is coming to the game. They have concrete proof that this character's coming. So in this video, we will go over 6 popular Jump Force characters that will not be joining the Jump Force DLC Season 3 roster. Of course, characters like Suna, Madaka, and Tanjiro might be left off the list because of them being new licensing, and we aren't sure if Spike Chunsoft is willing to go all out for Season 3. I also will not be touching characters who have CAC exclusive moves such as Ace, Krillin, and Uraraka. Before we begin, let's get this video to 80 likes. 80 likes will greatly elevate this video and help the channel grow. Thank you guys for all the continuing support, and let's just jump right on in. So, Jump Force Season 3 is likely going to be 6 characters. I've had a wish list of some sort that had these 6 characters. These characters are a mixture of current licensing and new licensing that can come to the game for them to gain the maximum value. So starting off at number 6, Pimpachi. Pimpachi and Byakuya were 2 names that were originally slated to be base roster, and they were scrapped. The reason I believe Pimpachi or Byakuya that would not make DLC Season 3 roster despite the multiple requests are that they are scrapped characters. Usually scrapped characters, not to be confused with considered characters, do not make the roster release to said game. These characters were dropped sometime during the production and for whatever reason just couldn't make it into the game. A notable example of that is Jotaro, Dio, and Yo from Shaman King being scrap models for J-Star's Victory Versus. Companies usually don't add already scrapped characters into the game at a later date due to the blowback they might receive from the community. You know, you guys already know those guys that be like,
well, he should have been base roster anyway.
Coming in at number 5. Diavolo. Yes, Diavolo has been the topic on a bunch of false reports and wish lists. The thing is, yes, we received Giorno Giovanna and people assume that this main antagonist is surely to follow. Not necessarily. From a marketing standpoint, why would I split the protagonists and antagonists of a series into 2 totally different paid DLC passes? It's not the same as adding a rival in a separate pass from the base roster main, like Deku and Bakugo. These are 2 optional passes, and by separating them makes absolutely no sense. Is it possible? Of course. It's within the licensing, and giving Jotaro his main antagonist followed by Giorno main antagonist does sound good on paper. Imagine if Yugi was in Pass 1 and Kaiba was in Pass 2. That's just foolish to separate 2 close relationship characters into 2 paid passes. Gotta put emphasis on paid. You either package these guys together or leave one out of the game completely. That's just bad for business overall. Number 4, Rao. Yes, this one's for my Reddit family. Please, please, please stop asking why Rao isn't in the game but was in J-Star's Victory Versus. J-Star's roster outside of the most profitable series has no say in the Jump Force roster. Rao, for lack of words, is dead. But death isn't what's keeping him off the roster. What's keeping Rao off the roster is that the Kenshiro that we have in Jump Force isn't the Kenshiro we have in J-Stars. These characters are from 2 totally different time periods in Hakuto no Ken. You can get a clear picture of what I'm talking about, but Kenshiro does his ultimate in J-Stars versus ultimate in Jump Force. In Jump Force, Kenshiro does the ultimate technique Muso Tensai, which the user achieves a state of nothingness, impervious to attacks, and communicate with souls of falling rivals, Toki, Ryoga, Ray, and if you notice at the end of Kenshiro's technique, it's Rao's technique. This tells me that just like Ace to Sabo passing up the torch, we will not be seeing Rao grace the Jump Force anytime soon. That move is exclusively done to Kaio. Moving on to number 3, Yuno. I was going to leave him off the list, but I think we all have a compelling case that he isn't making the roster. The costume theory has yet to be wrong. If you're referring to Yoruichi as a way to debunking it, it's not going to work. If a character has an iconic outfit within the game, then they are likely out. That means Uraraka, Genkai, Jiraiya, Sanosuke, these guys are gone. They're not coming to the game. They had their one iconic outfit like Sakura, they're out. Yuno and Noel, only loopholes are their original attire for Yuno and the Royal Knights attire for both of them. They can get in the game if they're wearing that attire. So it's looking pretty bad for Black Clover characters. The good thing is we still have Captain Yami since he fits the criteria needed to be on the roster, but as for Yuno, he's a no-go. At number 2, Katakuri. If you dig in the archives of Enigma Kage videos, you will find a video or two about me pleading a good case about Katakuri joining the roster. He has direct relations with Luffy, the Whole Cake Island stage, and he is a villain that One Piece is lacking in Jump Force. The thing is, guys, Katakuri is 16 feet tall. That's 5 more feet than Blackbeard. If you thought the camera was total hell on Blackbeard, imagine fighting Dai as Katakuri when you cannot see past his towering shoulders. I believe with the amount of dress roster characters, Doflamingo has a huge advantage over Katakuri. Katakuri at 16 feet isn't going to happen unless Spike Chonsoft adjusts the camera for Blackbeard, Toguro, and Kaguya a better way. Finally, at number 1, this one was a freebie, Gojo. Gojo has been the center of clickbait hell in the last month. So many people continuously name drop him for season 3. Let's not forget he isn't the main protagonist of the series. That title goes to Yuji. Gojo is in the same position as Kakashi, and just because we all like him doesn't mean he takes first priority over the main character. Not only that, Gojo is powerful in a much different way than Goku and Seiya. Once his domain expansion is active, it's pretty much curtains. What do you expect players to do when he activates Limitless? You have a better chance of adding Light Yagami to the playable roster. If Jump Force wants to do something unique, they could add him, Yubak, and Light to the playable roster and just have 3 totally broken characters walking around. Is it possible? Sure. Is it likely? Not at all. If Gojo gets added to Jump Force, I'll give away a $150 gift card. So note stamp this. Go ahead. I think we are likely not going to get any new licensing, but I also don't see Jump Force continuing after season 3 without adding more game modes for players or a next gen upgrade.